Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and we'll get started our next multiplayer matchup. Today we are going to be playing the Imperial Ruins, Conquer Objective, 2,000 points. I'm going to be playing as the Blood Angels, and we're going to be playing against the Astra Militarum. We have a little bit of a shorter game here. Looks like it's going to be a 60-point target, 6-turn limit. So it'll be a pretty aggressive pushes right away. So I'm going to use my Blood Angels versus Astra Militarum build. And I think this should work out pretty well for us. My only concern is if he does a heavy flamer build, we might be in trouble because we're going to have to play pretty aggressively. So I've got a lieutenant here. I've got two sanguinary priests. I have my dual sanguinary guard with the axes. I have a couple of death companies here with the hand flamers to try to take out any guardsmen that are in the way and then attack the vehicles. I have 4 heavy plasma incinerators and 4 assault squads to close the distance. Now, originally, I had forgotten that this was Conquer, and I was thinking this was going to be a strategic command, so I have my guys kind of in poor positioning for this kind of setup here. So now I'm trying to debate, you know, how do I want to run these guys around here? Because I want to be able to maximize my movement while not necessarily wasting my jetpacks continuously, but because everybody's on the same line, this isn't going to work. Because originally my thought was I'll use the lieutenant over here to jump and capture that strategic command point on the left side and have a couple of assault marines back them up, but obviously that doesn't really work. So yeah, see, now these guys are going to be short, so I guess we'll just jump in, and that'll kind of give me a 50-50 situation here, and then I guess we'll just run this sanguinary priest around the side and we'll kind of meet up in the center.
Of course.
Because what I want to do is use a sanguinary priest to use their ability to increase the melee capabilities of my troops and also give the chalice, which will give momentum to our sanguinary guard, because depending on what forces he has as the Astra Militarum, if I can set up multiple kills, then we should be able to set up multiple stacks. So it looks like he's got some chimeras and some guardsmen there.
The blood waits.
So I don't think I'm going to be jumping in. These guys both have their... Well, what I could do is just use you to soak up the overwatch. Get eyes on the target. Alright, well, I guess I'm not going to bring you over to heal. Alright, let's see, he's got Ogrins, looks like he's got Kasserkins, more Cadian shock troops. Honestly, I think we probably just run up here, and I can just throw some crack grenades, and we'll try to soak up as much overwatch as we can.
Throwing grenade.
Now, oh, he must have a Castellan too, because he's giving him the bonus accuracy.
Sanguinary guard at your disposal.
That could be problematic.
My blade for the Lord Emperor.
But I need to take out those flamers. I don't think I want to just turn my back on those, because if I can kill 2 flamers right away, that would be pretty big. But if I charge, all those guys are going to shoot into my sanguinary guard, and then they're going to be all by themselves.
Assault Marines ready. We are the Blood Blades of Skyfall. I will slay them all.
Alright, let's do this.
Righteous before the eyes of the Emperor.
If I jump you up to here, you should be able to get enough momentum. Yeah, see, this is what I thought. Oh, I was hoping those other ones were going to shoot too. Alright, let's flame here. Yep, so 35. So now we can surge. And that'll give us 1 movement. So I can run you over to here, try to use his vehicle to give me protection. Oh, he's got a Punisher there. Oh, shit. Alright, that's not great. So I just fed him a bunch of momentum there. Alright, so here we're going to jump you over. We'll flame these guys down. We'll move you up. And then have you attack the Chimera. Alright, good. Let's surge, attack here. Well, that's unfortunate.
Close combat support.
Alright, so what I'm gonna have to do is... because I'm committed now, I gotta kill those Chimeras, otherwise I've sacrificed too many units for that. He's got a Psyker, so that means he's gonna use the Maelstrom ability. He's got a bunch of Castercan, so he's just gonna do an Overwatch. He's got several Punishers. So I think what I'm gonna do then is I just gotta run these Hellblasters up. And let's just kill the Chimeras, and if he wants to advance them up far enough to try to kill my guys, then I will be able to counteract him. Or counter him, I guess I should say. Counteract isn't the right word. Next turn with my jump infantry, because their jump pack should be off a cooldown. If I bring these guys up this way, I can jump at an angle, and that might be able to avoid some of the Overwatch. But then that might also put me in kind of an awkward position. Those guys are going to die. You're probably going to die. You're going to die. Alright, we just got to run you up here.
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
And then we'll use the overcharge ability.
Fire support.
And shoot this guy.
Fully overcharged.
Oh, you're one short. I was hoping you were going to get the kill. Yeah, that's only a 4, so I can't run up there and then run away. You can't get over there close enough to chuck a grenade. So that means I'm going to have to put up another freaking Hellblaster here.
Range plasma under request.
Which means I'm probably going to lose my 3 Hellblasters, which is not good. Because I'm going to need them to kill the Punishers. Alright, well we got that. Let's bring you down here and just try to give a little bit of defensive bonuses to our guys here. Alright, yeah. It's gonna be rough. I gotta take out those Predators next. The Ogryn should be pretty good against me. You know, if I bring the Ogrins up, I might be able to set up some Overwatch. Or, bring the Ogrins up. Bring the Hellblasters up.
We can handle it.
Yeah, not great options here.
Overwatch set.
So let's do that. Yeah, that's 2 squares. So let's bring you up to here.
The blood waits. Close combat support.
Let's shift you over this way so you can
on Ball 4 I was born, and should the Emperor will it,
hopefully get some momentum bonuses to our guys that are in the center here, assuming they don't all die, which they very well might. We get 15 points because we cleared him off. Alright, so Ogrins are shooting my guys. Been a long time since I've seen the Acadian shock troops with the bayonets, so that worked out for them. Alright, I'm happy with that. Yeah, here come the Kasserkin. Oh, he's going to do a flanking move. Interesting, so that's going to kill those assault marines. Yep, here come all the Kasserkin. Yep, he's going to use that Maelstrom, I bet, with him, and that's going to lock down the Conqueror location. And he's going to set up Overwatch. I bet that, yeah. Oh, he's actually shooting my... Oh, he's using the Heavy Bolter, that's why. Nope, he's using the Punisher Gatling Cannon, too, there. Ooh, baby. That hit me worse than I thought it was going to. Alright. I guess he is getting the accuracy bonuses, though, with his Castellan. Yikes. Alright. And miss.
I am the sword of Sanguinius.
Alright, let's see here. So let's do double momentum gains. Let's buff everybody.
We are just and righteous before the eyes of the Emperor.
Let's get you over to here. And let's give him the increased accuracy armor piercing. Let's run you up here. Alright, very happy to sacrifice that Hell Blaster for that Overwatch. Let's see if I can trigger the Kasserkin here.
For the Imperium!
Damn it. Alright, there's 37. Let's run you up to here. Damn it! Where's your Overwatch, Kasserkin?
Moving into position.
Alright, let's get you up to here. Let's use the overcharge onto the Punisher. Nice. So he's down to 55.
We are the lords of the assault doctrine.
Well, I guess we're going to run you up to here. Try to trigger that Overwatch, which you have now. And now if you get a good roll on your crack grenade, this should kill the Punisher.
Throwing grenade.
Nice. Now kill the Cadian Guard. Or Cadian Shock Troops.
There is little left in this universe that I have not
Alright,
witnessed.
and now I should be able to just start going ham on his back line with our Sanguinary Guard.
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
So let's get your Chalice here.
The blood waits.
I could do a strafing run to here if I needed to. Don't really need to do that though. Alright, we're going to run you over here, obviously, because we want to give you the Chalice.
Fear not the fury of the great angel brothers.
And then you want to make sure you always use that Lieutenant ability first, because then you'll get increased momentum gains when you give the Chalice, if you're wondering why that has more momentum gains than what it says. Now that should give me 6 per model, so that should be 30 momentum, plus the momentum gains. So by killing these Kasserkin, that should give me enough to surge again, and by killing 5 models, that should guarantee that I get an action point too.
Hostiles at close range.
Alright, there's an extra action point. And we can surge, so let's attack the Ogrins. Oh, I could kill the Psyker, that would be 38. Let's just go for this, because that would be 17 per model, and then I'm not going to use the extra action point, because I'd... You know what, maybe I should have used it, actually. Because I think I could have gotten maybe 3 action points. Yeah, see, that's 35. 35, 17... No, okay, I still wouldn't have had enough. Maybe if I would have just killed the Psyker, then I would have had enough. But I'm not sure that would have gotten me what I needed. So I think that was probably fine. Originally, I was thinking not to use the... give up the momentum, as that increases their crit chance, and I wanted to get the more damage, because I knew we weren't going to wipe out the Ogrins there by themselves. But now I did the strafing run here, because I want to weaken up all these Kasserkin, because I should just be able to run over here and just go ham and just now kill all these guys continuously. And then I should also be getting enough action points here, or enough momentum, that I should be able to do multiple rounds of attacks. And so these guys don't have nearly as much HP as the Ogrins, so I shouldn't need to keep the momentum here. So I should be able to surge. That'll get me 2 action points now. I can come up here and kill you. That got me 64 momentum. I can come over here and kill you. And now you are up to full momentum, which gives me one more movement. So I should be able to move you down here. And then I should surge again. And now I can rear attack these Kazarkin. That should squad wipe them. And that got me back up to 64. So that worked out really well for us. We're going to turn you... Actually, what do I want to do? I think I need to focus on the Punisher next. Because if I jump into here, I'm just going to get my guys attacked by the Maelstrom. So let's move you back here. Let's use your ability to increase the melee accuracy and melee damage. Attack here. It's a rear armor hit. Let's move you 1 square.
To the sky, brothers!
Yeah, see, if I jump the Ogrins, that might work. But I'm just worried that they're going to charge me and kill them. So if I can guarantee a kill against the Punisher, I think that's worth a lot more. So let's use your bonus. Let's jump you over to here. You'll do more damage from a rear attack than you will a charge attack. Nice. Alright, and then you, as long as you get a good damage, should hopefully be able to get the kill here.
We are the furious Sanguinius!
Oh, shit. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Because what he'll probably... He could easily kill any of the... He could totally squad wipe any of these guys that I use that ability on. A lot of these guys are going to suffer pretty significant damage with the Psychic Maelstrom. And then the Ogrins can either charge into them and get the kill, or just shoot them and get the kill, probably. Let's pull back with the Hell Blasters. Maybe I can get them to heal.
The sanguinary priesthood serves the will of the chapter.
Actually, he may want to do a Valkyrie strafing run, and that'll probably kill the Sanguinary Guard, and that should get him momentum for killing both of them. And then the Ogrins, I guess, can either shoot or charge, and that'll kill some models. I don't want to put them in a straight line because I do have enough momentum that they could probably just charge me. Let's get you into a position where you're still having some obstacles, but still having the ability to move around and get some attacks. But this is looking pretty good. If I were him, I would just use the Punisher to squad wipe the guy away and then move the tank. Yeah, see, he's going to get damage. Yeah, see, those guys are all almost dead now. Move the tank, and you can use that as an explosive, like an IED. And I would think that that damage... Yeah, he is doing the strafing run. I wondered if that was the case. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I'm going to get the kill there. So he's just trying to stack up, because he knows that he only needs one Ogre to be able to use a charge attack, and that should be able to squad wipe the Assault Marines. Oh, why are you doing that, man? I already have the taken 50% extra damage. Yeah, so you can see I overkilled him. Okay, yep, this is what I would have done too. Yep. Maybe he was too far away to be able to get a melee attack with the Castellan. Maybe that's what the situation was, so he's like, I'd rather just use the issue. But I would think he would have wanted to reduce the movement or something then. Well, let's hopefully see if we can get a rear attack here. Nope. Coming from the side. Miss a bunch of your attacks. Oh, because she's got the evasion because of the Ogrins being there, and because she's at an angle, she's gonna now lock you down. That's unfortunate. I did not expect that to happen. So that was kind of a waste of that ability. I can have you charge attack into here. I'm gonna need help killing some of these Ogrins though, so just shoot into these guys. Alright, good. Squad, wipe. I could throw some crack grenades. That would help me weaken that
I am the sword of Sanguinius.
Castellan down, but I think if we can just kill the ogres here, or Ogrins, I mean, This should reduce her evasion, so then it should help everybody else get some attacks. So let's do that. Okay, good. Now, 65% chance to hit. I can bring that up even higher. So if you land all those attacks, you should squad wipe her. If you don't, and you missed one, so, oh, and of course your animation to throw the crack grenade takes too long, so then you got to kill. So that's a little unfortunate.
Yes.
Alright, let's run you over here. You can now get some rear attacks over this way. Good hits.
My duty is
Let's
service.
run you up to here. Bring you back this way. You can heal him.
We prevail through control.
And let's bring you at different angles so he can't charge through and hit multiple units.
Moving into position. Force Sanguinius.
And turn everybody so we're locking them down with our zone of control.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
I think we have victory.
On Balfora I was born, and should the Emperor will it, on Balfora I will die.
I don't think there's any way I can squad wipe him this turn. No, I'm out of action points, so we'll just bring you up to be a little bit closer. And next turn, we should be able to kill these Ogrins.
Force Sanguinius.
So, yep, up to 35. Ogrin smash. And then he ended up conceding, which makes sense, because I was going to just squad wipe him, so no issues there. So, pretty overwhelming victory for us, but the Blood Angels really countered the Astra Militarum pretty hard, in my opinion. So, we took out the 2 Ogrin squads, 2 Leman Russes, the Cadian, or the Castellan, I should say, the Cadian shock troops. I think there's actually 3 of them, but 1 got killed by the explosion, so it's not giving us credit. The 2 Chimera, the 4 Kasserkin, and then the Primaris Psyker. So Lieutenant had 100% accuracy, Sanguinary Priests just were used for their buffs, so they didn't really do much for combat. Hellblasters had 92% accuracy, the Assault Marines had 100% accuracy, so that surprises, but I guess if we were just using their main ability, that checks out, because they should have almost 100 when you use that ability. The Death Company, yeah, I was wondering if that one actually missed one of the attacks there, because he didn't seem to do enough damage. But otherwise 100% because of the hand flamers. The other Hellblaster only had a 40% accuracy, but was shooting at a weird angle. Assault Marine got squad wiped before doing anything. The other Hellblaster had 100% accuracy. Sanguinary Guard had 100% melee accuracy with their buffs. One had 4 kill, one had 2 kills. The other Assault Marine got killed without it doing anything. Other Hellblaster had 89%, and the last Assault Squad had 100% accuracy. So as you can see, the jump build works pretty well against the Astra Militarum. I thought the Chimeras actually do surprisingly well. The multi-laser actually does pretty decent damage, and then they have that heavy flamer that they can use the following turn, and as you can see, they can also tank a hit with all their armor and increased HP. They can take hits better than the Sentinels can, and then the Sentinels do have the explosion trait just like the Chimeras do, and then they have the increased mobility because you can just load your guys into the Chimeras, and then if you use the move ability with the Castellan, they actually have more movement than I do and can get to that point quicker, and that's what he effectively did to try and stop me from being able to get in and kill his units. But the Hellblasters with the heavy plasma incinerators, they're some of the best vehicle killers in the game, so that allows them to really counteract the vehicles and tanks pretty hard, and then we can sit there and heal them with their overcharge damage that they suffer with our Sanguinary Priests, and then having the Sanguinary Guard with the axes. You know, you can just see how they can just go crazy. I mean, that one had, what, 3 attacks, and he was squad wiping a squad each time it would attack, and then that gives them the trigger, that gives them the opportunity to trigger, you know, his ability to also get an extra action point just with his ability. The Ashkelon something or another, I can't remember what it's called. Is it Airs? I can't remember. But anyways, that just allowed us to pop off and kill all those guys, and as you can see, the caster can give you a shocking amount of momentum. So when we were killing them, once they're fully buffed, doing a squad wipe of a Kasserkin squad was effectively giving us 65 momentum. So that just is crazy because, you know, you're squad wiping the Psyker, that was 35. The Ogrins were giving us 17 each, so it just seems kind of weird that you can squad wipe a Kasserkin squad and get 65 momentum, but then you end up killing an Ogrin, and that was like, what, 40? 17 times 3? Whatever that would be, 40-something, I guess it would be. But, yeah, so that was kind of crazy that you get so much momentum doing that, so I was just able to run in there and keep taking down his units. Now, the Kasserkin can be good against Assault Marines, and he knows I'm going to do an Assault Marine build because he's played me several times and he knows I like to use this jump infantry. So he tried to counter that with the Primaris Psyker, and it actually paid off because, you know, he did get to do 30 damage to every model in the squad times 3, so he got a bunch of model kills there and allowed him to use that Valkyrie strafing run to take out the 2 Sanguinary Guard and then to easily finish off the Assault Marines with his Ogrins there. Now, unfortunately, I think he had a couple of bad damage rolls where he didn't squad wipe out those 2 other Hellblasters, so I had some weakened units. I was then able to run around and get some, soak up his Overwatch to allow me to charge in and get those kills, because had I not, with all the shots that the infantry had, and also the Punishers, there's no way my jump infantry would have been able to get attacks and not get suppressed. Which is what I think he was going for there. And then, as you can see, the Ogrins actually have surprisingly good ranged accuracy and good damage output, especially when they're buffed up with the Castellan there, so that works out real well. But again, they just don't have any armor, so it was real easy for me to just chop through and kill them pretty easily. But overall, I thought it was a pretty fun build that he did there. I think it was pretty effective. He seemed to want to really save his charge attacks. But I guess there was no reason not to, since there was already squads that were next to his units that he was able to squad wipe. But I think a single charge attack, especially if you get a good damage roll, should be able to completely squad wipe one of those Assault Marines. So that can work out very well for you, especially if you only have a single model left. Then you know you're only going to kill 1 model if you get into range, and maybe 2 models if they're weak and you're using your little Ogre and shotgun situation. But when you're doing the charge attack, you can take out the full squad. But again, I was just able to make sure I was able to focus fire those guys down. And then with Conqueror, you need to squad wipe units so they don't just run onto the Conqueror control area and end up taking out all of, just taking over that location just with the mass effect of their troops. So that's why he was going after those weakened units, but that worked out highly effective for us. And then you can see how the power of stacking some of these abilities really works well. And the Lieutenant, once you've used up his abilities, you can just jump him into combat and then start killing units. Now, again, his last move with that Castellan was a little bit weird. I think it would have been better if he used, I mean, he ended up using the Bring It Down ability, which lowered the movement and armor, but because I was using that ability with the assault squads, that means I'm going to take 50% increased range damage. So a Punisher Cannon can obviously take out an assault squad once that's been on there, so it was kind of unnecessary attacks. The other thing that could have been interesting is I'm guessing he probably only had 2. Oh, yeah, because if he would have had 3, he would have done the Death Strike missile on me, I'm sure. So he must not have had enough momentum gains to be able to get him there, because you get command points by losing units and then also by gaining momentum. So he must not have had enough. Now, I would think the Battle Line Doctrine, because that's not temporary momentum, would count, but then I think by him having all those Overwatches that he was losing momentum, so I think that was probably neutering some of those command point generation there, because I was a little worried he was going to have 3 command points and strike me with one of those missiles. Now I would have had enough guys left that I could have just charged it, but I was a little bit concerned that that was going to be a situation. Now perhaps since you're doing a 60-point target 6-turn limit, doing more of a Sentinel build would make more sense. Now it's up to you to do. You probably want a mix of heavy flamers and plasma cannons. That way you can have them sitting in the back shooting into the infantry as they're trying to move in there and capture the point while keeping them safe, and then having the heavy flamers to flame down any units that are going to be trying to engage you in melee. That might have been a little bit of a better option. And then I find a lot of players, when they're playing as the Astra Militarum, forget that if you do kill a vehicle and those shock troopers are next to the vehicle, it will squad wipe the shock troops. So a lot of people are like, well, I'm going to put the infantry right next to the vehicle to act as a screen, which makes perfect sense, but then they end up losing all those point values when they just get blown up when the vehicle gets destroyed itself. So you got to be a little bit careful. And I think perhaps had he done the heavy flamer sponsons with the Punisher cannon, that might have worked out better for him on that Lehman Russ variant, because again, you know, I'm going to have a lot of assault infantry, or most people are going to, not just me, when you're playing against the Blood Angels, and then that will allow you to squad wipe any assault marines that have jumped you there, and that should mean you should be able to kill 2 squads with your Lehman Russ Punisher, assuming you're able to get decent damage. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. And I hope the player that asked for some, or the subscriber that asked for some Blood Angel videos is content now that I've done, I think, 3 matches with the Blood Angels for you here. So hopefully that got you your fill. So thanks for watching, guys.